Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on our digital world. We're looking at the invisible work, that hidden process that keeps all our apps and websites from, well, completely falling apart. It's something you've definitely experienced, probably without even realizing what was really going on.
I mean, of course you have, right? You're trying to buy concert tickets, send an urgent message, or maybe you're this close to beating a level in a game. And then, poof, the technology just gives up on you. It's got to be one of the most universal frustrations of modern life.
While that super frustrating glitch, it has a name. It's a software defect. And what's wild is that there's a whole army of professionals out there whose entire job is to hunt these problems down before they ever get to you.
So, let's meet these digital guardians. Let's talk about what they do and the one core concept they are sworn to protect: quality.
Okay, so the first tool in their arsenal is testing. But this isn't about just checking a few boxes. It's actually a purposefully destructive act. I know, that sounds crazy, but the whole goal is to try to break the software, to poke it and prod it and find all its weak spots. You gotta tear it down a little to build it back up, but stronger.
And all that destruction leads us to the ultimate goal: quality. And, quality isn't just about making sure there are no bugs. It's really a promise. Does this software actually do what you, the user, need it to do? Does it meet your expectations? Or, even better, does it blow them away? That is the real measure of quality. So if you remember one thing, it's this simple but really powerful equation. You take a skilled professional, the tester, they apply that destructive but creative process of testing, and what comes out the other side is a high-quality product that you can actually rely on. It's the invisible foundation of our entire digital world. But here's where it gets a little more nuanced. See, quality isn't just one single activity. Inside the profession, it's split into two totally distinct but related disciplines that honestly get confused all the time: assurance and control. Think of it like this. First, you've got quality assurance, or QA. QA is like the architect. They're all about the process, and their main goal is to prevent defects from ever even happening. They make sure the blueprints are solid before you even start building. Then you have quality control, or QC. QC is the inspector who shows up at the end. They're all about the finished product, and their job is to identify any defects that slipped through. So one prevents, the other finds. You absolutely need both. So what does a tester actually do all day? And what kind of person is really, really good at this? Let's take a look inside their toolkit, both the technical and the personal.
The day-to-day work is actually pretty structured. It all starts with that first bullet point: deeply, truly understanding what the software is supposed to do. Without that, you're just guessing. From there, they design these meticulous test plans. It's like a battle strategy. They set up the right environment, they run their tests, and then crucially, they report back what they found so the developers know exactly what needs to be fixed.
But being a great tester is so much more than just following a list. It's a whole mindset. It takes this deep curiosity, always asking, but what if I do this? It takes a keen eye for tiny details that most of us would miss. And it takes this creative, almost mischievous way of thinking to try things nobody expects. But maybe the most important quality of all? Empathy. The ability to truly put themselves in your shoes and feel what you'd feel.
And that empathy is just so critical. Because this isn't some academic exercise. This is a high-stakes game. It has very real consequences in the real world.
I mean, this quote just says it all. The QA tester is the final gatekeeper. They are the last line of defense before a product gets into your hands. Just think about that pressure for a second. A single mistake, one thing they miss, could cost a company millions of dollars. And even worse, the trust of its customers. That is a huge weight to carry. And that responsibility creates what everyone in the industry calls a healthy tension. See, a developer's main goal is to build something and, make it function. But a tester's goal is to make sure it functions well, that it's reliable, that it's intuitive, and that it does exactly what was promised. They're looking at the same thing from two different vital angles, and that little bit of friction is what forges a great product. All right, to wrap things up, let's go on a little trip back in time to where this all started. We keep talking about finding defects or bugs. But have you ever wondered why on earth we call them that? The story is surprisingly and wonderfully
literal.
So picture this. It's 1947. The pioneering computer scientist Grace Murray Hopper and her team are working on the Harvard Mark II, a massive room-sized computer, when it just stops. It fails. So they start searching through all the wiring and hardware, and what do they find? A literal moth. An actual insect was trapped in a relay, causing a short circuit. They carefully got it out, taped it into their official logbook, and wrote the now famous note, "First actual case of bug being found."
And just like that, a nickname was born. A bug became the term for any defect in a system that causes a weird or wrong result. It's a direct line from a real-life insect that, you could say, gave an entire profession its name.
So here's my question for you. The next time you use an app and it's just flawless, it's fast, it does exactly what you want, it never crashes, take a second. Think about those guardians of quality. Think about their destructive, creative process, and think about that little moth that started it all. Because you won't just see a working app anymore. You'll see the invisible work that made it all possible.